In this video, I'm going to talk about CIS18A Lab 5 Exercise 3. In this exercise, we are to edit the Exercise 1 programs and to add an additional package. So to start, what we need to do is first, we need to create a folder for the new package called bookpack.bookpack.exe. And inside this folder is going to be your Protect demo file. Then we also need to edit the files in the Bookpack folder. So to start, what we will do is we will reopen the book.java file. And in here, what we want is we want to make sure that this is a public class because it's going to be accessible to all the other classes in the other package. Second, we can implement protected here for the members, and that is going to be utilized across some of the other classes as well. So once we do this, once we change this, we're going to go ahead and click File, Save As. And we're going to resave this file into the Bookpack. To our Bookpack folder. Then next, we're going to go ahead and create the second file, which is our Protect demo. So in this one, it's going to be a different package called Bookpack.exe. And this is an extension of the book file in Bookpack. So this is how you would extend the package to another package. And under here, we have a private string publisher. That means that it's only accessible to exe book class. But all the other objects that's under exe book will be accessible in the other classes. So the private and the public here really specify how specific object can be accessible from one class to another. If you don't want a certain object to be accessed, then you would state as private, and you would not include any keywords there for public or private, or the modifier here. In this one, we would have the modifier where it's public, that means it's accessible, so you can have a mix under the first class here. Then we would state that this is super, T, A, and D, so that will be higher in the hierarchy. And for publisher, we reassign that with the P. Now, in the void show, this is a method, and making sure that this becomes public in this particular program because it needs to be accessible in the other package in the other classes as well. And here we indicate super.show. So show is going to have hierarchy in the actual class structure. Then after that, we would have additional method, and those are accessible in the other packaging classes. So here we would have public. This is to get the publisher information and return it. Then it's going to take that information, it's going to set it into the object P, and P is going to be publisher. Now for the subclass accessing the protected member, we have get title, set title, get author, set author, and so forth. And all of these tie back to our object T, A, and D. In our Protect demo class, we have the main method, and in this main method, we have an array object called books. And the type for this array is ext book, and recall that this is the type that's specified in the class originally up here. So in this array, we have 5 elements, and each of the element represents our book, starting with index 0 to index 4. And in the parameter, we want to state the string that represents the title and the author, along with the number integer to represent the year. And unlike the first exercise, we added the fourth string, which is indicated, or the third string, which is the fourth component, indicates the publisher information. So once we have all the content set up here, we also have a for loop to access the index of the array, and starting with the first element, which is index 0, and it's going to go to the end of that array with the dot length, and it's going to update, it's going to show the content for each of the index. Now, to find the book by the author, we would again implement the for loop to access, but we want to only look at the books that's going to be by this particular author. So we incorporate the if statement here, and if it's that author, it's going to show all the books that's going to be listed under that author. So once we have the program created, then we can go ahead and click File, Save As. And remember that Protect Demo needs to go into the bookpack.ext folder because it's a different package. So here we would say it's .java, and making sure that it's in the right directory, click Save. Once you have that saved, what we will do is we will go ahead and open up our command prompt. And in our command prompt, make sure that you're in the location where you have those folders. First, the one from the exercise 1, and the second one, the one that we just created, bookpack.ext. Then we would go ahead and issue the javac command to compile. And we want to state the location of the protect demo. So we would say bookpack.ext/protect demo.java space. We're not done. We need to incorporate the other package in the other file as what it requires. So we would say bookpack/book.java. Once you have compiled successfully with no error, then we would go ahead and run the protect demo file. So we would do a Java command, and bookpack.ext is the folder where that file is located, and protect demo. And as you can see, the program successfully displays title, author, year, and publisher. And at the end, it shows all the books by this particular author. It lists all the books for that. So the important takeaway from this exercise is, number one, you got to have the directory where you're going to put the protect demo, which is bookpack.ext, and it needs to be together with the other package from exercise number 1, which is bookpack. So we got to make sure that we check that. Second, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we edit the class book to be public, so that way it's accessible, and also the subsequent members and methods within that class. Then in the bookpack.ext, we would save the protect demo as the code is provided in exercise 3. Then after we save the file in the proper location, we want to be at desktop, or the location where those folders are stored, and we want to issue the javac command to compile the protectdemo.java, but make sure that you include the directory where that's located. Since it's associated with another package, you want to include that in the command. Then after it's compiled, then we will go ahead and run the file, run the program, but we also need to specify where that program is located. So after we press enter here, we would see the output, and that concludes your exercise 3.